Hi, good day to all of you. So we have another episode to talk about the NHK broadcasting fee. It is something that most non-Japanese are not aware of. If you're a foreigner who's going to stay in Japan for maybe more than 3 months, so do not be surprised if someone will just knock on your door and to collect the fee. So, what is the NHK broadcasting fee? That is our topic today. Now, if you would see the logo of NHK here, it actually represents three eggs. So, NHK means Nihon Hoso Kyokai, or in English, it is Japan Broadcasting Corporation. So, what is the NHK broadcast fee? According to the Article 64 of the Broadcasting Law, anyone who possesses or owns a device that is capable of receiving TV signals, so in the analog days, it's typically your normal TV set connected to an antenna or connected to a satellite dish for a broadcast satellite service. The same is true also if you are connected to cable, you still have to pay the NHK fee. Now, in the digital age, it has enabled even portable devices also. If you have a mobile phone, a tablet, or any portable device that is capable of receiving TV signals and you can watch them on the device, so you should pay the NHK broadcasting fee. They have extended service up to streaming now, and I believe I think they do have some OTT service in Japan. But for mobile phones, the one seg TV service is an indication that you should pay the TV service. So what are the services being offered by NHK? So they have the terrestrial service. So let's call it the NHKG, which is the general program nila. And then the NHKE, it is the educational program for kids. And I think the documentary is also on NHKE. They have the radio service. They have the internet service through YouTube, the NHK World Japan, and I believe they have their own streaming service also. Now, for satellite services, the conventional or the traditional, which is the BS for HD and lower resolution programs before, although there's no more lower than 1080i in Japan, they have also incorporated the BS P4K and the BS 8K service. These are the ultra high definition and super high vision service over satellite. So they have the radio service also, the NHK radio, which is the traditional AM and the FM, and they also have the shortwave service. So recently, there was this man in Nagoya who's been convicted and required to pay the NHK services for not paying the monthly due for I think 2 years. So I think he's being asked to pay by the court a total of 270,000 yen for subscriptions unpaid. So it's already a decision of the court and he has to pay. So if you would look at the picture, the other picture underneath my video, it indicates the cost of the monthly fee for NHK service. So there's two distinction. One is for the Okinawa rate and the other one is the non-Okinawa rate. So you just multiply. So in conclusion, the broadcast fee in Japan is included in the law. That's why it is required for people to pay. I myself, when I was a visiting researcher in Japan, I was surprised that somebody knocked at the door of my house in the evening. Usually the collectors come in at night because most of the time people during the daytime are not at home, they're working. So they do come at night, and I was charged with the NHK broadcasting fee when they saw that there's an antenna on top. So naturally there's a television. So are there any exemption? So foreigners are not exempted from paying the broadcast fee if you are staying in a house, not in a hotel, a normal house. The exemptions are, I believe, if you are disabled or you have this natural disability, that would exempt you from the NHK broadcasting fee. So that's about it. It's a simple, straightforward. If you're in a foreign land, learn the law and follow the law.